The back and forth just starts off. But looks like we're going to go live in the pistol here. The first map of this best of 3, and it's on Mirage as well. This is going to be wild. And NBK starts off strong and takes out Maniac. But the return is there for RPK, and he's been so deadly with that CZ75 already all day long.
Yeah, Existence does go down though. KioShima to pick up Apex, and now it's into a 2v3. KioShima gets another kill, Glocks out. RPK gonna go down. It's a great triple kill from KioShima and a nicely handled round from Envy. Though it looked really good for Titan for a moment, and when they did get the 2-for-1 trade initially, it feels like they should have backed up. You saw that Apex was pushing in from B bomb side. Like actually right we're seeing right here is KioShima shooting Apex back. And I have no idea why Titan wanted to re-engage that position. It felt like they should have played it much safer at that point in time. Good start being on the T side though.
I think it comes down to being bogged down in underpass with 2 guys there, right? So you gotta do some kind of rescue effort, right? You know, cue the Hollywood music. They gotta get RPK out of there. That tank, it's bogged down. It needs help, Anders. And Apex was not the man to do it that time. He got shut down. It wasn't that Hollywood ending. It was actually a horrible story because everybody gets blown up in the end. And, and the pistol round is won by Envy. So now we have no surprise, the follow-up, the pistol armor coming out here from Titan. Pretty decent number of nades to work with as well. So we'll see if they're going to be effective here.
Yeah, and Happy doing something we normally caution people heavily against doing. He's essentially risking an AK walking in here alone. This is madness, but he's going to take down RPK. He's surrounded and he goes down to Kenny. They should be able to steal that AK, but can they actually get out from behind the benches there? Maniac really wants to. He's got the P250 in hand and he's going to go down anyway. shox with the Mag 10. KioShima coming in on Apex and Existence with a good headshot of the Deagle, but still definitely around here for Envy. Not a lot that he can do from Kitchen at this point in time.
Holy hell, unless they keep peeking him like that, right? KioShima playing with fire a little bit, facing a Deagle. NBK, though, is he really going to do it? Is he going to do it? Oh my god! NBK, you have no mercy. He shakes Existence.
I mean, his knife is cold. Should I knife him? It's up for debate. I'm wondering if he held out his thumb and they had, the crowd was kind of waiting in the background and everyone was like, do it.
Oh yeah, do it. Put him to death.
Oh no.
Oh man,
so
the history as well.
We've got NBK in this tournament so far having a negative ace all headshots into knifing one of his arch rivals here.
His dad almost. Like he just shanked his dad. Like this is crazy. The leader who led him for years, and then when the schism happened, when they broke, it was just so much back and forth between those two. And NBK just shanked him in a LAN match. This is crazy.
Oh, ooh. NBK, point blank range with that Nova shotgun will do a lot of damage. Happy gonna take down Existence as well.
Oh man, Apex is just running into the blender as well. I mean, sure, like NBK is low, but...
That last round though, the way Happy walked into that bomb site, it's actually almost a bit of a miracle of timing that he could have lost that AK and they could have had a perfect scenario in which they had an AK and lost nobody and just kept using that AK. It's still a big risk, I think.
I mean, it's still crazy, though, because you really see Titan, or not Titan, but Envy. On that T side, right, it was like textbook Envy. They had the 2 guys out on the side, and then that killer group moving together as a pack controlling mid. So you got NBK on one side, Happy on the other, and then the trio just moving up short onto that B site. But you're right. I mean, it is risky. We wouldn't advise that, any team. Usually you get frowned at that because you just give up that AK. You could wreck your whole team. Then again, you got Kenny here already starting off strong with that entry frag, managing to go for a really tricky jump onto the mid, onto short there, and actually catching Envy out. So that's KioShima down. The entry fragger for Envy, he's out of commission already.
Really nicely done. shox dropping very low as well, and they've kept on to this Mag 10, but Happy's going to jump in to take down Apex. So it does return the frag for a moment. They've got the A bomb site. Got to do something about Existence. In fact, they're going to drop the bomb right at his feet here. Existence goes for the re-peek instead of waiting for his teammate. Not sure if that's the best idea. Will end up going down. Still a 3v3 that's going to favor Titan right now. They're controlling the bomb at the slope, and clock's ticking against the Maniac with a good opening there, but Happy will return it. It's a double kill, actually a triple kill for Happy right now. But they do not have a lot of health. Collectively, 30 on the Envy side.
And it looks like they have no idea that shoxy's in jungle right now. Like Maniac, he's not checking that angle at all. Maybe he heard the steps though, and there it is. shoxy gives it up. He's trying to go for the run and gun with the Mag 10. He's not going to get that kill. He's so low on HP, and Maniac finally puts him out of his misery. But there was a real opportunity there for shoxy to just completely catch Maniac off guard. 25 seconds left. This is so little time for Happy to work with, and he is going to get overwhelmed in the end by Maniac. Well played there by Maniac, backing off and playing the clock, basically forcing Happy's hand.
Yeah, nice jump from Kenny in the beginning. It's a bit of a risk if you miss it, if you fail it, or if they're just a little bit quicker than you thought. Regardless, it's a good 4th round follow-up from Titan. Very important for them, obviously. And now they just got to keep going. Put Envy on that eco.
And again, with the short smoke going down to allow Envy to move out onto top mid, but Happy has got the AWP right now. This is really interesting. Not SmithzZ, not shoxy. It's Happy who's going to be opping here for the T side on Envy. And with him in his lurk role, it's really going to be fun to see where he decides to develop this. But right now, it's 4 players in mid for Envy. Happy, he's off on his own in Palace. And actually, if his teammates can successfully draw the attention of Titan towards Connector, this could give some opportunities here for him.
shox very low on health here, and Kenny will open up, but followed up with shox going down, finally finished by Existence, and it's a 2v4 at the moment, and it's working out great for the CT side. Happy finally opening up at a kill, but it's too late at this point in time. 1v3. Again, this is one of those positions where the only way Happy wins this position is if Titan make a whole series of mistakes. Controlling the bomb in the middle, if they just play this safe, there's not a lot he can do. Yeah, and you already have the smoke going on down in Connector as well. They're just not going to have any of it. They should even be peeking. You know, RPK, he's kind of playing right now to see if somebody's going to be pushing through a jungle, but now he decides to take that peek back, take that step back, and this is just an impossible situation for Happy. He has to worry about looking right, looking left. RPK, just as long as he plays the angle correctly, he shouldn't be at risk. But then he gets point blanked by Happy. 20 seconds left. Happy goes for the shot, and he's not going to hit it. Maniac once again locking down the round for Titan. This is just a wild start already, just back and forth. Yeah. And these are expensive rounds for Titan as well. Very close calls. That is absolutely the silver lining if you're on the Envy team here. And because of that, they actually do force up this round. I'm sort of wondering, and you can tell they spend a good couple of seconds discussing if it was worth it or not. But they're going to go for it. This is also a trademark Happy kind of play as well. Just keep the pressure up. He knows that they're on the back foot. And there you go. NBK is going to deliver the double entry frag onto that A site. They're already across. Kenny, however, holding that long line. They need to get that smoke on Happy. They need to lay that down so that they can just ignore this guy. Cut him out of the map. Cut him out of the equation. Well, bomb still not making it into the bomb site. Now RPK showed up here at the ramp instead. SmithzZ not going to spot him crossing over, and he ends up going down. So it's a 3v3. Kenny, weirdly looking, just standing still, not sure what that's about. Regardless, the bomb is finally being put down here over at A, and Envy have a really good situation going on for them here. Good after-plant positions as well. Yeah, Maniac finally rotating out, making sure that he isn't going to get lurked from the apartments, making sure that nobody just waited until the bomb was planted to shoot him in the back as he rotates off. KioShima takes that fight straight up with the tank, wins it, but then Kenny comes right back into it, turns it back into a 2-on-2 situation here. Maniac making a lot of noise, though. They know exactly where he is. Happy is going to get smoked out, however, so this could be a bit problematic. Although they don't get the angle right, it's just the flat-out spray from Maniac. Soul on shox here, and he goes down. Maniac just takes that shot. Did he not have head armor? Because I swear he had the HP for it. I wish we could see a replay of that. Because I think that was just a one-click. I'm not sure he had head armor at that point in time. That was like a running USP combination with, with an HE blowing up at shoxy's feet, it could have been that as well. Maybe it was just really good timing. Regardless, that is one hell of a clutch for Titan, because they had really good positions here. Oh, he does have armor, so yeah, you're right. It's just the grenade puts him down at 22, and then instant shot afterwards. So good combination regardless here. But Envy gonna go for the full buy this time, so the force actually works really well last time anyway, because they did so much damage and they got the bomb down, so they could easily buy grenade from Existence to take down SmithzZ, and it's a 4v4. And they're already moving in. Existence holding this line. He's already trying to go for the pre-fire as soon as they come around that angle. Wants to be able to take them out with the deagle as well. This is so dangerous for Envy if they decide to walk into it. And there you go, wild spray. He nearly takes out NBK, but the damage is done. NBK is down to 6 HP. KioShima pinned down at the back of the site, and all 3 members for Titan have now rotated onto this site. They know that the bomb is here. They have eyes on it, and it's all about controlling the remaining members of Envy. There we go. Envy show is done. 4 rounds lost in a row here. And now it's going to be the question, does Happy decide to put on the brakes? Does he finally decide, okay, enough's enough, we have to eco? He should at this point, I think, definitely should just take a moment to regroup, especially because they're playing on T side, so they can afford to take it a little bit slowly. What's crazy is Titan is winning all these rounds, and Apex hasn't even killed anyone yet. They're essentially winning all these rounds practically 4v5. That's crazy. What happens if Apex start playing to his full level? Titan could be really just crushing them. Double kill there with the Molotov as RPK has himself a barbecue. And Maniac will take out MBK, so no bomb plant this round either. And KioShima, last man standing, definitely going to go down up here. Just a very, very strong round coming out here from Titan. They only lose RPK, and that's what they need on the CT side. They've been having so many shaky rounds. It's time they really regroup and just get into it here. Double up, though, coming out from Envy.
Yeah, there we go. This is the change of pace, right? And you saw Happy probably like pondering it there, that thinking man's pose for a second before they decided to make the buy. So this is how they're going to try and open things up and really try and catch Titan off guard. Maybe if they can get a pick towards B apartments, if they can get a pick elsewhere. We already have them kind of spreading out, but it's shoxz instead who's going to head up into B. Happy actually gets beaten by Kenny in a duel in Palace, and that opens everything up now. They've lost their wingman.
And they had 2 people pushed up there. They had a double push into those A apartments just to make sure that if they met too much resistance, they might still be able to do it. Huge opening from Titan, and something that we always compliment when we see that CT aggression. It's so good. Smith, though, will take down Existence, so back in EnVyUs' favor if they can just find the opening.
Well, and a good attempt at pre-fire there by Apex as well. He nearly catches Smithzz at the top of mid. So already the rotation coming in from Envy. They're looking to get control of mid. They have it, and NBK once again managing to take out Apex. But Maniac, again, Maniac is playing at a totally different level right now versus Envy. He's just come alive. Another frag for him. And a 3-on-3 now. 45 seconds left, but then Kenny takes out NBK. So we have the man advantage now for Titan. They have everything under control here.
Yeah, they have a guy on site. They have a guy in slope as well. This is definitely Titan's round to take. KioShima and SmithzZ gonna have to come up with a miracle if they can bring this round back. Kenny, just as the smoke fade, he's back there and he doesn't have to challenge. He can wait. He's got RPK on the site and they probably don't even know it yet. There's RPK spotting the one guy, spotting the second guy, and KioShima still wins that fight. Goes down to Maniac, who, as you said, is playing on a different level right now. SmithzZ, last man standing. Kenny gonna go for a quick peek there, and Titan will win another round, making it 6-3. Very good stuff coming out right now for Titan. They really, really seem fired up. And Apex still hasn't killed anyone. They're still playing 4v5.
He's had such a rough time, Apex. It just seems like he's constantly in the wrong place at the wrong time. 0-8. I mean, it's not every day you see a pro player, you know, running that kind of scoreline.
But then SmithzZ and shox are also at 1 and 2 kills, so it's maybe it evens out at the end.
And that's the big thing, right? I mean, there's just so much history between these players. SmithzZ and shox in particular. I mean, they've played so many games with Existence with these lineup. I mean, RPK and shox go way back. So there's also the mental game to consider. You know, shoxy not being able to get into his flow right now because Titan are just so consistent at shutting down the aggression. I mean, these are close rounds. They're surviving with 2 players, but the Titan don't care. They're getting rounds on the board. That's all that matters for them right now.
And look at this. They trade Apex for NBK, and NBK's been so instrumental so far. That might actually be a good trade for Envy at this point. SmithzZ goes down. Maniac coming in with the kill. He goes down to KioShima. That bomb has been ticking for a while and still ticking, and it's looking good here for Envy to pick it up, though. RPK will get the 1 kill. Still almost no seconds left. He's looking for it in the smoke. It goes down, and shox with the triple, and Envy going to pick up a 4th round. Huge round for them, and a very simple one. There was absolutely, well, almost no level of strategy going into that round. They just got in there, got the first entry frag, and build off of that. So very, very little to really talk about in that sense. But sometimes that is a smart way of playing.
Well, there's just something to admire because they're one of the very few teams, like basically the 2 teams, well, 3 if you include NiP, and NiP to a certain extent, yeah, like that can build off of that. You know, they entry frag, and then it all just kind of happens naturally. It just grows organically from there. So Envy, you know, it looks simple, but the amount of coordination that exists between these players, it's almost like they're mind linked or something melded, and they just understand where they need to check, where next to go once that original frag comes up.
shox will find an opening, and Existence will go down. Following that, it's going to be Happy to die, so 2-for-1 trade currently. And still plenty of time for Envy to make their move.
Not sure if NBK realizes somebody's push T pit. RPK just waiting now to see if the rotation is going to come through, and Maniac pushing into B apartments. There's a lot of information being gained here by Titan, and I think Maniac just barely spotted it, but he gets flanked out by shox through underpass, and NBK even wins out versus RPK. They have no idea where the bomb is going at this point. NBK doing a fantastic job of keeping Kenny pinned down, and this is a glass cannon op as well. Kenny can't really take a fight. He's going to get that shot on NBK midair, though, so not a lot of NBK could do at that point until his feet are on the ground. Pretty unlikely that he's actually going to land a shot onto Kenny. And now you already have shoxy waiting, lurking, getting into and we can see him into connector here, going up electric, and Kenny, man, he is hard pressed at this point to stay alive. They're just closing in on him like sharks. They need to get this gun off of him.
Yeah, and I don't think he can actually escape anymore. He's definitely trapped back there. Will end up going down. It's a nice quad kill from shox, so he's just on fire at the moment, which is good because he was at 2 kills, I think, just a couple of rounds ago, but he's really stepping it up. Now, this round, Titan kind of did what they needed to do. It just didn't work out. But once they were down a man, they traded 2 for 1, so they were a man down. They decided to go and kind of look for information, right? So you saw Maniac pushing underpass. They had RPK almost pushing the A ramp. They really wanted to see what was going on. They just lost all those fights. But that's what you want to do if you're a man down, because if you just play those sites, they're going to group up and end up taking you out.
EnVy in particular, right?
Now, is there going to be a flashbang here? Apex flashes in. Oh, MBK still gets a shot. He was definitely blinded. So good stuff there with the Galil. But that's a good idea for Titan regardless. Kenny coming around the corner, P250 in hand, and MBK to find the follow-up kill as well. Good stuff right now.
MBK is just manhandling them now. And this is just a pure anti-eco coming out here from Titan as well. They had a little bit of money invested, but the rest of them are all sporting USPs, so not the best firepower to work with. shox has already made his way out onto that B site. He's into kitchen now. He's cleared it out, so they're going to be able to get a free bomb plant. It seems like Titan are just so intent on locking down NBK, and they weren't sure. It was a gamble from them. They say, okay, we know NBK is here, so potentially if they come A site, we're going to be able to just stack up and pick them off. RPK, though, lying in wait, picks off NBK, and that's a great kill. He's got a Galil to work with now. And a smoke, actually. We'll see what they can actually do with it. Happy's not intent on letting him live through that, though.
No, why let them save anything at all? Existence, gonna look for SmithzZ, and that was very nearly gonna be a kill.
It was a very close call, and now they're just gonna be, they're boxing him in. Very close to this bomb actually going off, however, so we'll see if they can actually get the job done. RPK playing behind the pillars, peeks out, and he's not able to win the duel versus KioShima. So 6-6 now. This is pretty much getting into the comfort zone for EnVy, because not only are they just excelling on the T side after a few bumpy rounds there in the mid of the half, now all of a sudden they've got 6 rounds on the board, but they're excellent on CT side as well. So 6 rounds should be plenty for EnVy actually if they go into the second half, even if Titan are to pick up the next 3.
And now I've got to say, I'm really starting to get worried for Apex. Like, this is so unusual. Apex is one of the key players for Titan here, and he's just somehow not making it work. And you know it's got to be grinding on him as well. He's also a player that can definitely bring it back, like he can switch it around quickly in his mind. But he needs some opening to get back in. He needs a round where he has a good double or triple kill just to prove to himself, oh yeah, I've still got it.
He can be like the definition of the momentum player, Apex, especially in these kinds of positions. Basically, this is something that he's been struggling with personally, just stepping up when it's all on the line. He does get a kill onto KioShima, but then SmithzZ is just right there. And this is something else that EnVy are just so good at, you know, getting into these positions with that death ball, basically. It's like they're Protoss or something, you know, there's just this death ball that moves across and they're constantly trade fragging. But Maniac is going to be able to move up into connector right now, and he could get completely outflanked.
Yeah, I had no idea there's a guy waiting in Delpan here, so they are kind of boxing him in. 35 seconds, they have the time. Even though the CTs are controlling the bomb, they're actually not really controlling the situation right now because they have no information about where the terrorists are coming from, and the timing is so good. MBK almost looked like he wanted to go for another knife, but definitely not worth it in that call either. MBK goes down, Maniac turning his back, Happy. He misses the shot. Oh no! What? The rifle is out and Maniac's gonna get it. You gotta be kidding. That is unreal.
What was that? All right, NBK, I was 100% sure that if Existence didn't turn left again, he was going to go for the knife. Like, 100%. NBK was going to do it.
It could have been, but this this is absolutely ridiculous, isn't it?
And he even gets the shot onto him, too, through the wall there. Maniac, okay, Maniac counting his lucky stars, but once again, he comes through in the clutch for his team. That's such a valuable round for Titan as well. But you can see just how broke they are. They saved that AWP for Kenny, but then the rest of them are having to force up with FAMASs just to have nades to work with in this round. So Titan definitely not out of the woods yet. If EnVy win this round, they're going to be force buying with pistols for the last one, and that's not going to be pretty.
It's unreal. He was retreating back into the middle, and then
he clearly had no idea that Happy was waiting in mid. That's just, it should have been a free kill there for Happy.
It's so funny. All right, Existence waiting in window, and I think that's a much needed lock for Titan because they were really in a tough position. They might still be, as SmithzZ is going to open up on Existence, and MBK will go down to Apex, who's now found himself. He's getting kills. That's all he needs. Even if it's not super flashy, just a kill around is very, very good. KioShima to open up on Apex, and RPK will go down. A Maniac all alone and at the wrong bomb site too.
And they just completely pick Titan apart here. Just position after position. It's so methodical. Just EnVy moving in, closing in. KioShima being in the right place at the right time there to save his teammate, even despite being flashed. And yeah, this is just going to reset everything basically for Titan. I mean, if he needs to hold on to this rifle at all costs.
What's so rough about the way that this first half has played out for the Titan team is that they've had a streak in the middle of the half where they won 6 rounds in a row, and yet they built almost no bank during those 6 rounds. If they had won all their 6 rounds, losing 1 or 2 people every time, they would have had such a big bank to fight all these rounds now. They would have, been able to buy almost every round, and it would have been no problem. But EnVy is getting so much mileage out of the fact that they limited the economy so badly, even the rounds that they lost. 7-7 is a very good scoreline for the EnVy team at the moment. And Titan Prody, they're gonna have to show something really, really good on the second half here.
Well, I mean, this is gonna come down to basically the brilliance of existence. Being able to get T rounds out of his team and just get more T rounds than you should expect him to do. And there you go, Kenny once again winning the duel versus Smith. Smith's just a split second too late, scoping up, and Kenny just too quick for him that time around. So entry frag going Titan's way this round. That's already a solid start. Comes down to whether they can actually, well, make the scenario work out, because Happy actually has an AWP as well, and he unfortunately misses his shot. So no easy kill there on the B side to create some opportunities here for EnVy. Although, as I say that, Maniac, wait, that must have been through the smoke. How the hell did he just like attempt a random shot through the smoke and pick off Maniac?
It could have been. It seems like that might have been what happened. shox moving right in on existence, and the timing is good enough that he's going to pick up that kill. And the bomb making its way to the B bomb site. A lot is going to come down to RPK right now.
And they're just bullying them essentially right now. They figured out that they're just lower on economy, lower on gear. Kenny gets caught out on the A site. shox, just merciless. He's going to get picked off by Apex, however, who was lurking in Palace. And RPK now going to be able to actually rotate in here fairly quickly to this B site. We'll see if he actually has the opportunity to do something here. But Happy holding that line and just locks on like a turret. Removes RPK from the map. KioShima takes out Apex in the meantime. And EnVy come out ahead. 8 rounds on the T side. So this is just a huge performance out of EnVy. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Like,
I do like the name of Happy's knife, though. Fresh meat.
Yeah.
Bit of a Diablo reference.
Been playing Pudge? Been playing Pudge lately?
Well, I was going to say Diablo. It could be Dota, you're right.
Actually, both work, you're right.
But, I mean, originally, Diablo. Diablo 1. For anyone out there. Yeah.
All the Dota fanboys right now. Anders, no!
What did he just say? All right. Well, we'll move on from that topic into the second half here with, I got to say, a really impressive comeback from EnVy, because 6 rounds in a row, like we said, for Titan early on, that was looking like a really, really powerful performance. Even though they were close rounds, they still kept winning them. But then it kind of ended towards the end, and now it's going to be down to this pistol, which I think Titan desperately need to win. And look at this. EnVy actually contended with giving up the bomb site. They're just going to play a retake on it. That's pretty bold.
That's very bold, and already, I mean, you can see it's kind of backfiring on them. They're just taking so much damage. KioShima can't stand the fight. And it's down to SmithzZ and NBK, last 2 alive here. This could be a perfect pistol round for Titan. Everything working out for them. But as I say that, NBK goes for the jumping headshot and takes out Maniac. Still, it's too little too late. Kenny, who was lurking around in mid, actually picks off NBK, so it's down to SmithzZ, last man alive here for EnVy. He gets another kill, and he's going to be pleased about that. An extra $300 in the bank for him to work with in the next round, potentially. That could be a smoke or something along, smoke or an HE, something to go with a pistol. But that was just perfect for Titan.
Yeah, and huge credit to Apex for those 2 kills there. So, I mean, we sometimes talk about impact frags, so I'm not going to say that those 2 kills from a salvaged, Apex being somewhat invisible in the first half. But if you win that pistol round, then you've done a lot for your team. So really good start second half for Apex. That's got to be super important at the moment. Scout and then pistols on the CT side.
And I mean, watching Titan play now is also kind of watching like a little bit of a copy of EnVy's style. Leave the lurker out there, that's Maniac in mid, and then they're gathering up 3 guys in pit, 1 in apartments, and they're going to go crashing onto this A site. It's a smoke round here. Is KioShima going to be able to be effective with this 5-7 though? Does get some significant damage, then they get the running headshot onto RPK. Sadly enough, RPK only had the Tech 9 to work with, but they're doing the damage right now. They don't need upgraded weapons. EnVy are just locking down this site.
Apex charging through Tech 9 in hand, gonna pick up the 1, but he goes down to NBK. Existence with the return, and NBK getting completely aim punched. Can't see a thing. He's still got a teammate up here. shox down in shadows, running out against Maniac. They get the kill on him as well, and Existence now. 50 seconds to do a 1v2. It's not going to be easy. He's got the Mag 10 in hand, but he's going to go down. The jump shot from NBK. Triple kill on him, and EnVy will steal that round away. And I think that movement from KioShima was beautiful, like controlling the ladder in that way as well. There's like all these little things that really matter. Because if you bounce off on that ladder and you kind of hover for a moment and you come up, that play doesn't work. He did a running pre-fire 5-7 headshot on RPK. That was actually stunning.
That's a thing of beauty. That's a frag reel moment right there, honestly.
Like, there's so much that goes into that clip that if any, like, 1 second, any mistiming on it, it doesn't look anywhere near as sexy, but that was very cool.
There you go, but that also slows down the Titan push after it. Then shox, he manages to come in and do the damage as well, and they're just going to go for more of the same here, Titan. Again with the smokes, but shox, he's very close this time around with the Galil. He's within the flash radius as well, so he's not blinded. He's got so many bullets, but he gets overwhelmed. RPK able to take him out point blank with the Tech 9. In the meantime, there's actually been a push. KioShima with the MP9 pushed into Palace, takes out Maniac at range, and Envy, they still maintain the man advantage, and just so much money being made right now with these SMG kills. Look at this. Look at what just, yeah, SmithzZ, just go.
Yeah, they may be pretty good, those SMGs, but obviously they have their limits too. KioShima will come up from behind, and that's a perfect range for it to take down Kenny, leaving it all in existence. Once again, he's in a 1v2 here. 40 seconds this time, and he is sandwiched in.
But existence is existence. He seems to win out in these duels versus Envy. Like, of all the players, right from the start, he was the man coming through, getting the big kills. 30 seconds left here for existence to make the play. And does NBK guess right? Does he stay locked onto Pit right now, or does he look up into Palace? That's where existence is going to be coming from. NBK could even be wondering right now if this is just a total fake by existence and he went over to that B site. And that's exactly going to be the case here. NBK now, he's going to have to work his way back onto CT once he figures out that this bomb is getting planted on the pointy letter.
Yeah, he's realized, and he's coming back for it. He does not have a kit currently picked up, which is a really big difference in these 1v1 situations, because you want as much time as you can get to try and figure out what's going on. You can see he's checking, but because there isn't a kit, now he has to run for it. He just has to look, because otherwise he'll play and run out, and this smoke's going to be even worse once he doesn't have the kit. 10 seconds to sit still like this, definitely not going to work out for a long while. Existence is playing this one so well, and MBK is in an awful position. Going to have to try and run, essentially, and that is it. Now, it was about, I think it was about 32, 33 seconds but once he picked up the bomb and had to make a choice. And I just tried to make the drawing real quick, and it's about, let's say about 23 seconds to make that run, which means if you stop at any time, and thanks to that new drawing function, we can time it, you have to make some jumps as well, so it's actually probably a little bit more. It's probably going to take you around 30 seconds to get to the B bomb site from that A slope, so you don't actually have the time. Maybe if MBK would have known that, look at it, 24 seconds, including the jumps, you might not make it. So if MBK had, timed that offline, maybe he would know.
Actually, that's a good point. That is a very good point. He's wishing for those observer tools that Valve are kind enough to put in here.
Yeah.
But the big thing, I mean, it's just also just existence. 1v2 clutch like that, keeping his cool, and they bring it right back into it. Now it's Envy who are going for the force buy here, just trying to keep control, keep the momentum up. Happy, gonna get spotted out, but he wins the duel versus Apex. RPK, luckily, however, is in position to be able to return that frag. So Titan not going to lose too much momentum here. Now they've got 4 players with rifles versus the M4 that's on Shoxy, and then a couple of pistols and a scout on Envy. They really don't have the firepower right now on the CT side. Well, as I say that, I realize, of course, it's like the Deagle, the CZ, even the scout right now is ludicrous.
EnVyUs is a team that's legendary for winning so many of these kind of rounds. That's one of the reasons why they're such a good team. Them and Fnatic are the 2 most dangerous teams when it comes to rounds like these.
Nice flash in as well into Palace. There's a counter flash to try and buy more time. shox, however, is taking out Maniac. That was a connector in mid, and now they're closing in on this A site. 25 seconds left here. They spotted out the man in Palace. They know RPK running up. He's going to try and clear out, but KioShima's hiding in the smoke. He's actually going to come up right below shoxy and take out one of those guns. Instead, it's NBK who steps in and actually manages to get the job done. SmithzZ at range, and RPK gets ground down, and it's just back and forth. Like all of these matchups between these 2 teams, it's just this flip-flop scenario again, and NB come back into it again, and they manage to win out. Titan, no bomb plant this time around, so no bonus money. They're just going to go ahead and even up their money, or are they really going for the full-out buy? They are committing to this.
They want to do it. A couple of grenades, enough for an A push. Maniac, the only one over at the B bomb site. It would be cool if you could get a kill or at least do some damage, make some noise over here. While the rest of Titan are going to go for an A push. It might actually be great. They might be able to box shox in where he is right now. Look at that. Smoke's raining in. If they catch shox here, The opening is there, but they gotta do it quick. And RPK not checking shox instead with a great double, makes it a triple. Still got 7 bullets left to find the quad kill. And he's gonna have a little bit of time to reload as well. Smith's covering him. So no issue at all. Great round from Envy.
Yeah, just fantastic. shox with the quad kill in the end. Perfect position from him in Get Right or Sandwich. I mean, just the spot to be. And he keeps his cool as well. Doesn't even bother turning away from the flash. He was just waiting for them to walk into his crosshairs, and they just line it up. He gets the bomb carrier as well. That third man, Apex, is completely flashed white. Couldn't see a thing, and nothing goes Titan's way. So that risky buy that they go for to try and stop Envy cold, nothing happens with it. And now Envy have the opportunity to start building some bank, because after that round, they have several members past 3,000. If they can clean up big in this round, not let anybody die, essentially, Envy are going to be feeling very happy about how things are going here on their CT side.
Yeah, they already had such a good start for the first half, so just keep building on it, and that's exactly what they're doing. shox holding close to the ramp, and KioShima still fairly far back. They got a lot of mid control. Look at the amount of information here. Envy, they know everything. Titan is losing this round every second that ticks, and the worst thing is they don't even know it. shox just flashed in, gets the first kill, goes for more. Very greedy style right now. And not a lot that they could do. I mean, especially not with pistols, but once they get that close, there's just not a lot that you can really expect from a round.
Oh, well, they still managed to actually do significant damage that round, though, Titan. RPK, like with the P250, delivers. shoxy was like taking big risks. There could be 3, 2, 3. I mean, there you go. You know, he's facing 2 pistols, and he's still willing to stand his ground and go for the spray battle there. Really risky. But, I mean, they forced 2 guys here to spend a lot of money on Envy. And what do they spend it on? Double op play here from Envy on their CT side. This is big. Kenny getting into position very early. And I think he actually tagged Happy down. But then Happy takes out RPK. Goes for the repick. Smithz. It's the double op in mid. Envy never, or wow, Titan never expected that.
No, definitely not. Smithz still in play. Going to take down Existence. And Maniac and Kenny, what could they really do at this point here? Some really good damage is important right now. They need to kill at least 3 members of Envy, and preferably, obviously, win the round. But I think 3 is the target goal here if they want to go for it, because they need to stay in a position where all they need is 1 round to force the eco. They need Envy to eco. There's the first kill on shox. Needs still 2 more.
I have to find it here. I mean, Maniac and Kenny, they have the weapons. They have some gear to work with as well. Smoke, flash, incendiary. So now it's a question of whether they can hit the right place at the right time. 45 seconds, though. They're starting to pass that comfort zone into that time where they have to act. But catching out KioShima, that's a big kill. Maniac just catching him completely off guard. We could have NBK returning it, but then NBK burns alive. And there you go, Anders. 3 kills coming in for Titan. This has now turned into a very expensive round. And the 2 remaining members for Envy, they cannot die, because this is too big of an investment. These 2 AWPs. This makes all of the difference. But Kenny, he's in a winnable situation here.
Yeah, he is. No, this definitely has the Anders seal of approval this round. Very cool stuff coming out from Titan. They got the 3 kills. Flick coming out here. Kenny jumping on the box. No scope, not gonna get it. He's sent flying instead. Smithz just knocks him off the box there. Triple kill for Smithz. But that's 3 kills in a 2v5 and a bomb plant. Very, very important. If we take a look at the Envy scoreboard once we're back here, it's the money that we're looking at right now. For obviously the money for Titan's very important as well, but to stay competitive in this first map here, they gotta be able to force Envy to eco at some point, otherwise it's not gonna work out. So I mean, the most anyone has on Envy right now is 6,000 on Happy, which is good, but everyone else is below that. This is doable for Titan if they can win 2 consecutive rounds here.
Yeah, if they can win, exactly. If they can win this one here, it's going to force Envy. Envy will force buy. And then they have to just back-to-back wins here. But it would be a weaker buy if Envy were to lose this one. So Titan, big opportunity. No AWP for Kenny, however, so he's going to have to be relying on that AK. And they are somewhat limited on nades, but this is still enough to make some kind of smoke play if they want to. But for now, at least, it's just coming down to mid-control for Titan. That's going to be the call. And they're already moving forward, taking the peak. There's a man holding on short, however, that's Happy, changing up his angle. Smoke is going to go down to block off window, but that's not going to help Apex. Instead, he's going to flash and maybe just find the angle to work towards here if he can spot out Happy, and Happy is going to win that duel. So already, Envy, at the very beginning, they come out ahead in this.
As Apex gone down once again. Slightly upsetting. Re-smoking the window. Kenny just wants to get up into connector, but Happy's going to find Maniac over at the B bomb site. Existence finally finds one return, but they need even more. KioShima actually not even getting that kill. SmithzZ stealing away with the AWP. KioShima coming into the bomb site, looking for more, and he's finally going to find that headshot there. Has the pistol out, one bullet left. He's trying everything he can get to get it, and Happy steals it as well. No mercy at all. And look at that.
Yeah, and Happy.
That's classic Happy.
Yep. Whatever you can do to mess with your opponents, that is exactly what Happy is going to go for. Titan have got shanked, and now Happy is going for the corpse shooting. Just any little advantage that they can get, they're going to use it to mess with Titan, because they know that Titan, that the doubt, once the doubt sets in, Envy will roll over these guys.
Yeah.
And the fact that they are just so handily locking down this first map. I mean, 14 rounds, they've got all of the money. Titan are in this awkward force buy position with Tech-9s and a single AK. I mean, this is Envy's map to take right now, and this is just going to be a crushing defeat for Titan going into the second map.
And look at shox moving up like this, because otherwise, without shox moving up, NBK's actually in a really awkward position once this rush comes in, but shox is right behind them. Are they going to get the information? Is he going to keep walking past them?
Yeah, he checks it. He's going to go into T-pit. He's expecting an A kind of play here. NBK, however, going to be calling it quick, but the rotation is going to be coming in very quickly for shoxy. He's going to be able to get in here very quickly through B apartments. Now can NBK hold? NBK needs to play this a la Snacks. He needs to hide, but it's only going to be the 1v1 trade. That's not good enough. shoxy gets caught out, but he wins the duel versus Existence, and now the pressure really sets in here. Titan, they have to get this bomb plant somehow, but everybody is closed in for Envy.
Yeah, they're really boxed in right now. They did get one guy in kitchen. That's huge for Kenny. If he can win this, he will win it against KioShima. That's a round-winning move from Kenny. Maniac picks up SmithzZ. shox coming up from behind. It's a 2v2. A bomb is ticking, and they need to get back in here. Nice shot from Kenny, even without the AWP. He's such a monster, and now it's down to shox here. He's already got the double. He's going to have to look for a quad kill to try and win this round. Apex straight flick on there, and that's a huge round for Titan. 10-14. And it's one of those situations where I think the information that shox thought he was getting actually ended up working a little bit against Envy. Now, that's not shox's fault. He can't see what we're seeing, obviously. But once he got to that section where he's either going to go apartments to check or goes to C-spawn, I think he thought, well, they might all be setting out outside A. I'm going to go and check. And then it's only when NBK jumps and sees them, then he realized, oh, wait.
Yeah.
And that might have been the couple of seconds that made the difference there.
And shoxy also can think they're going to try and go for something safe. They're going to try and go for something standard that they have a high percentage of pulling off, that they've pracked a lot. What do they prack a lot? A smokes, right? A smoke takes. Wow. So he's thinking maybe I'll get them all in the back. Maniac, though, steps up and takes out NBK here. So the initial frag going his way. And Happy, he knows that he's behind that, but the flash is there from B apartments to clear it up and give Maniac a way onto the site, only that Apex peeks behind that and gets picked up by Happy. So we're back into a 4-on-4 here, but the flank comes in and Happy gets, or shox rather, gets shot in the back.
Yeah, big plays from Maniac right now. He's playing out of his mind. It's almost painful because every time someone dies first, it's always Apex to get picked off. I don't know how that works. Happy shot there, and he's going to go down. Maniac with the third kill. He's playing an incredible game right now. This is so cool. KioShima and SmithzZ are the last two players left on the CT side. They're going to have to run, but Existence is ready to receive them over at A-bomb side. Titan, they're coming alive now.
This is Maniac. I mean, Maniac, this is personal for him. Like, just the way that he interacts, that they interact, like, between both of these teams. Maniac in particular, man, this is personal. It just seems like him, Existence, like, they really do step up their play. Whenever they play against Envy, I mean, you just remember, like, Cobblestone and Katowice, right? Like, Maniac was wrecking house, like, wrecking face on that map. And now, here again, he's about to drop a 30 bomb.
Yeah.
Like, versus one of the top two teams in the world by a large margin. He is actually just going toe-to-toe with these guys.
And I mean, just to bring a bit of, I guess, recent history, but for anyone who's been joining the Counter-Strike community in the past, let's say, 2 weeks, before then, Maniac was one of the most heavily criticized players on this team. So much so that he was out on Twitter saying stuff like, I get so much criticism, I don't even know what to do anymore. He was really, really despaired. He was really sort of down on himself as well. Now look at him. It's a really, really strong performance from a player that's not even meant to be the carrying force on this Titan team, but damn, he is right now. Apex trying to find an opening, and that's his role. Apex is the entry fragger on the team here. Molotov's out. Maniac going to take care of it instead to take out KioShima and hitting the 30 bomb here in the 26th round. SmithzZ looking for the opening up in apartments, and they will take out Apex. shox with a pistol there, and I think that was SmithzZ actually flicking onto a teammate, so that's not ideal. shox goes down, still a 3v3. They get the kill on SmithzZ. That's the all part of the picture now. 2v2. And MPK jumping in the back lines with the scout. It's all up to Existence. Once again, he has to try and clutch it, but MPK gets the kill, and that's a huge steal from Envy.
You can see just the reactions there, that sigh of despair there coming out from Kenny. They know that they just gave up a huge round for themselves. NBK in the meantime, however, they're just going to be nothing but smiles on NV's side. That was just another huge play from him. We've already seen several rounds now where he's been able to use the scout effectively. NBK showing that he's been putting in some work, going on the hops.
Yeah, shox is 1 kill away from his own 30 bombs, so there's everything happening in this game. And it's only the first map as well. What a great rivalry we've got going on right now. Maniac, who's been such an instrumental player in this first map here for Titan, gets taken out, and that might be the crucial difference right now. That might be what seals it for EnVy. They're at map point. Apex, good spray on MBK, but is he realizing Happy's there? Jumps into his crosshairs.
Yeah, right. Perfectly into it as well. You can see him just bracing himself, taking the risk, and it just doesn't work out for Apex this time around. Man advantage now for EnVy. They've got 3 guys waiting on this A site, and there's just a man holding solo in pit right now. This is existence. They aren't pushing him yet either. So is he going to set this up? Is he going to be able to set this up effectively? Pop Flash is going to fail, however, so he's got to be worried. But SmithzZ is going to take out Kenny. That was the man in mid. Bomb is still stuck at the top of it. That's RPK now, who finds himself alone. 1v4, wins out in fine style. That duel versus Happy, tapping away with that AK, but he just gets obliterated in the end. And 16-11 will